Swamiji, kitchen side.
Kitchen side.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yesterday morning before I came to the class of the Homa, I was thinking you talk about Vivekananda and Ramakrishna. You don't talk about Yogananda. Strangely enough, yesterday you did. And when
Strangely?
yes, you did. You mentioned him. You showed
Ah,
the
yes, yes.
photograph of him, and I had a strange experience that well, he in a sense sent me to you, right? And it was like when I saw the photograph, I went into bliss with like both you and him at the same time. How can you explain
So,
that?
you were Paramahansa Yogananda's follower earlier?
Yeah. Well,
That's
not a
great.
big follower,
Okay.
but
Even that feeling connection, that is, you see, what I'm telling you, ma. Any sincere approach towards any god or masters who left the body, any sincere approach, immediately they will turn you towards the living master, and then up to you to catch the living master and make it happen.
but I'm just trying to figure out. I went into bliss like with both of you at the same time. How is that? I don't understand.
You see, still it's not that he is no more. He is there, but he can't talk to you back. You may not be able to hear it. To hear him talk back, you need to raise yourself to the next level. So, he is using this body to talk to you back, that's all. With this body, easy to talk now. You can fight, argue.
Swamiji, one question on kitchen
Yes,
side.
which side?
Kitchen side.
Same side.
Swamiji, this completion, that beautiful process that you have done today to us, to sustain it or not to add any...
No, what I am saying, helping you to sustain the perpetual completion is preparing you never to drop your kundalini to the lowest space. And not only that, today is the process is whatever thorn you have in your flesh, deep anger, deep hatred, deep self-doubt, deep self-hatred, deep self-denial, all that will start coming out for that only, pulling it out, because if all that is pulled out, you will be in the space of completion. Inside you, it will be healed. See, internally healing, internally settling is very important for the kundalini to be high always in the third eye. See, everything is great. Whether you are seeking, you are trying to raise your kundalini, everything is great. As long as you really look for the great future, instead of looking to blame you or people around you or the life for your past. See, there are kind of a people who just wait to prove everything is bogus and failure. That is why they are also failure. And there are people waiting to look into the future. Hey, everything is possible. Look into the possibility and go on living. That's the only way.
Another related question was on this Shodashi, that beautifully that seed you have implanted. Now to make it grow, what the seeker, what we have to do as a...
Maybe perpetual completion is enough. Nothing else is required. When you are in the space of completion, you will see all that will be just sitting inside you like a Manipatmeham. Manipatmeham means the great sacred seed is inside me. That sacred jewel is inside me. Even remembering, I have put that Shodasi inside you and it is there inside you is enough a repetition. See, if you know the greatest jewel is inside you, because Swamiji has put that inside you, is enough remembrance. That is enough japa.
Gigi, two things I want to say. First of all, I've been trying to read Backside with the blindfold. And every day, it's first time I took like about 40 minutes to get the full word. Second time, like 10 minutes, it's coming properly. But what I really wanted to say is there's so much of completion happening during the 10 minutes it's taking. It's so beautiful to be inside and just be with you over there. Like, even though I know that JG only is
See,
going to show me.
ultimately, all these lead to enlightenment, ma. So when you look for enlightenment and all these powers come, they are so beautiful, simple, joyful. But if you are trying to hit those powers and try to play power game, if your plan itself, you want these powers to play the power game, then Mahadeva plays his game. That's all.
It's so nice to know that, like, when you close eyes, JG is just sitting. For us, Mahadeva means you only, no? So when you have JG over here, and
See,
that
sometimes I
relation
feel
is
little
happening.
shy to tell Nityananda, so come on, it's everyone's experience.
Yes, and one more the thing I saw yesterday, everyone is telling that 6.5 kgs Kalabhairava deity, right? I saw that when I lift, I'm able to, not to disrespect JG, but when I lifted, I could lift in 2 fingers. I'm seeing so much strength, physical strength happening in me with this third eye thing. One very funny thing I wanted to say, today morning, afternoon, my housekeeper called me up, and because my father-in-law has landed there in Singapore. So we have arranged your Atma Murti in such a way that anyone who enters, it looks like you are only sitting over there for real. So he's first of all little bit shaken about you, right? In the sense, he knows
No,
you're
I
very
shake
powerful.
lot
JG.
little bit.
Yes, JG, lot shaken. So he opened the door and entered. He thought food was kept in front of you for Naivedyam. So he thought you were sitting inside. He said, "Oh, hello," and then so the girl was there, she only speaks Hindi, he can't understand Hindi. She's trying to tell him something. He said, after he finishes eating, I will come back, you tell me where. So, he was waiting down for 15 minutes or something till my husband came and told that is Atma Murti.
What to do? All right.
Swamiji, from the deity side, and
Yes.
once you narrated the story that you were young and your guru told you that there is no pain beyond body and mind, and you cut your thigh and there were stitches here.
Actually, still the mark is there.
Mark is
Still the
there.
mark is there.
Mark is there.
And
at that time you must have suffered.
I had a pain. And actually, more than this pain, my mother came and shouted at me saying that, why did you do this? And my father's elder brother's wife, Periyamma, she came and slapped. So I was bothered more about their screaming and jumping in the house. And then they took me to a doctor who was just opposite to the house, and he did the stitching and everything.
You wanted to do experiment?
Actually, I wanted to experiment. Really, how can, see, my Annamalai Swamigal was a person I revered him so much.
Yes.
I revere him so much. He said, you are beyond body and we are not. We are beyond body, and anything which can be like a pain or suffering caused by body. I went and cut myself, and there was bleeding, and then they took me to the doctor, and doctor put the stitches. And then I went back to him, saying that you told we will not have pain. See, I cut myself, and my mother slapped, my Periyamma slapped me, and I'm having pain. What do you want to say about it? He said that, look in, who is having pain? And that is the time he initiated me into that, look in, who is having pain? And then he said, don't worry, I'm not at all worried that you cut yourself, but the sense of inquiring, sense of experimenting, seeking that which you have will liberate you from all pains.
This is true.
And it did. It did.
Second thing,
Actually, from that process, when I started playing with that technique only, by the age of 12, I became enlightened.
And the second thing, Swamiji, 2013, one day I opened in March, I never see Bhagavad Katha, listen to Bhagavad, I never go to temple, I don't know any mantra, only Gayatri mantra I know. But I opened television, Sadhana TV, I saw you were giving satsang or something. Immediately I said, who is he? Who is he? And he looks like Shankaracharya. I called him, he was in the kitchen. I said, can you please come in? I want to show you Shankaracharya. And he also started listening. He's speaking sense. He is really speaking sense, he started saying that. Then we started listening to you. Every day we started listening to you. Then I started calling your ashram over there, inquiring about you and who's he. And then we were all the time, then by chance you came to Delhi for 2 days, Nitya Dhyan Yog, and we attended then, and he saw you, and he says, I saw a big stature, Shiva sitting over there.
Please go ahead, go ahead.
One single day, you did not leave me, both of us. Then we went for inner awakening. After coming from inner, you gave me so much energy. I'm going to be 81 now in December. And I can't sleep. And recently what happened, you sent the cutout in this one, your big, and I put it in my bedroom. 3 nights I did not sleep at all, tossing here, getting up and taking tea and this. Then I told what happened to me. I could not sleep. What is this? He said, Ma, move this into the other room.
No, don't worry.
No, and I used to feel somebody just, if I lie down there, shakes me there, get up. This is actual experience with me. And after attending the inner awakening, life seems to be so beautiful to me, worth living. Each moment I want to celebrate and enjoy.
Tathas.
And Swamiji, will you please, I will not leave my body until I will get liberation.
Tathas. I commit with you.
Oh.
Before you leave the body, I liberate you.
And give me devotion, bhakti, and surrender.
Tathas.
God bless.
See, people ask me sometimes.
I spoke my mind to you today.
People ask me sometimes what I'll get in inner awakening. I tell them, Arey, it's really reinventing your life.
Reinventing your life.
That's all I can.
So much energy.
Reinventing your life.
And
which can't be equated to any money. Which can't be equated to any time or any business. It's a business of you.
Oh, yes. No,
because all other business comes only secondary when it compares to the business of you.
Yes. No, I started shouting there, telling people over there. Even somebody told me, go and tell everybody. I said, we are so overloaded. I can't grasp it. And he has given us so much. He has given me life. And life seems to be so beautiful, we are just wasting it, unnecessarily suffering, and we are responsible for that. Swamiji made us. And what Swami is doing, it is, he is giving us really life.
It's a
and
space
of life.
Space and ability to reinvent yourself. That's all, you understand?
Look at my husband is crying.
See, the space I am opening here is your possibility to reinvent yourself.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
I am very clear. I am taking I am surely taking much less from society than what I am giving. Not even now, now I am using the traditional stick, neem stick, after moving to Kamigagama. So I am not even using brush, I am using the neem stick and these few things. That's all my need.
And you are my God in human form. Please take
blessings.
care.
Swamiji. Kitchen side.
Which side?
Kitchen side.
Go ahead.
I'm still trying to understand, right?
Huh?
You are my guru now, right?
Mm.
Why did that happen when I saw that photograph of Yogananda?
See, it is, why it happened means it is just a feeling connection and completion, that's all. Anything wrong happened?
Well, no.
Then
I'm just trying to understand.
it's a feeling completion, that's all. Celebrate it.
Swamiji, deity side.
Mm.
I just wanted to share a similar experience regarding Paramahamsa Yogananda.
Mm.
I remember when I was studying, the first spiritual book I read was Autobiography of a Yogi.
Mm.
And after reading that, just in a couple of months when I came down to India, that's when I first met you.
Mm.
You know, then, and initially when I read his book, then when I came to know that he's actually not around anymore. And and I had a deep, I kind of longing and feeling that, you know, I read such a precious book, but I'm not able to meet him. But in a couple of months, when I came down to India, that's when I first met you. So it's nice to see his pictures today.
He's one of the greatest master, walked on the earth. And his body did not perish. Any of you know that? When he left the body, his body did not perish. For around 80 days, they were keeping the body without pushing it into that. In Los Angeles, they put that multi-story the multi-story burial ground. Any of you guys went there? I had been there and saw where his body is kept. So 80 to 90 days they kept it outside with a casket, the see-through hole casket. And even after the 90 days there was no visible change at all in his body, no smell, no skin color change, no dehydration, no change, as if he is resting. Then they were shocked and opened the casket and saw he is really just there. Nothing has happened in the body. No smell, no degradation, no change. And they are certified. That person who is the head of that whole organization, it's like organization they are running, protecting the bodies and preserving the bodies. It is not deteriorated. They are certified. They are certified. Those head of that organization, they certified, and they even tested after 2 years or something. So when they pulled out the casket, no smell, nothing. It is there is there lying down. Nothing has happened. You can't see the body, but it's open for public. You can go and offer the flowers. There's a beautiful golden name board written, Paramahamsa Yogananda and all that. You can go and offer flowers. And they let you, especially if somebody is from India or Hindus, they allow you to go and see. They are maintaining it with a lot of respect.